When we last left off, I had just finished wrapping the headliner for the cab. So today, I'm going to show you how to lay out, cut out our corner pieces, wrap them, and then mount them to the headliner. So here we go. So what you're looking at right here is our corner piece, or one of them, all laid out. I took dimensions from the existing one. You can see that was just stapled in there from the back side using the excess fabric. It's exactly how we're going to mount ours. Side will come in with our straight edge, go from corner to corner, and just gently score that. That will allow us to bend that just like that. So here we got our corner piece all cut out. Back side has been scored, so it bends over like that. Took a piece of the excess that we trimmed off the headliner. I'm going to use that to wrap it. We've sprayed our corner piece with adhesive, attached the fabric. We're going to trim the perimeter a little bit, fold this up, staple it down to wrap that, and we'll get it mounted on the head. First corner piece mounted in there, and you'll see, I mean, it's not perfect. Our pattern doesn't line up. I mean, if you want to get real technical, you could take the time to do that, but anything's better than mold and mildew, so this will work for us. We'll come around to the back side. You can see the tag ends, instead of wrapping them around, we leave them out. We use that to attach on either side. Same thing down there. I'll show you how we're going to do it on the other side. Before we start mounting it, we're going to take our corner piece, kind of fit that in there, figure out where it's going to be even on either side. You want your point nice and tight up there, so when you bend it down, everything meets that. We got it there. I'm going to take that and put that like that, so our flaps are on the back side. We'll get to stapling. From the back side, you know, you can see we took our flap, wrap that around, and then use our edges to staple that into the back side, just like we've done over here. And when we flip it up, boom, you now have corner pieces. At this point, this one's all set to be mounted inside the cab. We still have some more work to do. We want to go ahead and put some sound deadening up there. Then we're going to go ahead and mount new horns and cab lights. Get it looking sharp. So now that we got the cab headliner all situated, we're good to pull out these lights, start taking down the screws and pulling the bunk headliners so we can take those and make new ones and get those reinstalled back up there. Rockin' Torx. Center panel out. You can get access to the screws holding the side pieces underneath it. So we're going to go ahead and pull those out. So we're in the bunk now. You see we got this old sound deadening cheap foam stuff. Let's take that right out of there. We got our headliners out of the bunk. Comes in 3 pieces. You got your side pieces, your centerpiece. The other side piece in the center overlaps probably about 1.5 inches. And the screws go through both, so that holds that up there, as well as the light panels. Got our side pieces from the bunk headliner on our corrugated plastic here. This is a layout that we're going to use to cut them out. Come in here. Pull back this all the way around the perimeter. I'm going to cut it off and then we'll get to laying everything out. So I went ahead and clamped our edges down to the table and the corrugated plastic. It's kind of hard to clamp it in here, so a couple self-tappers. Here we go. We got our first side piece for the bunk headliner all cut out. Now that we went ahead and got our side pieces cut out, we got our old headliner side piece. I'm gonna go ahead and measure this up, mark that line with red, same with this one, same with these ones. Any of the lines that are scored I'll mark with red, measure it out, lay it out onto the new piece, and then we'll score them so we can bend those down. And score it, I like to use something like this. It's just a small break-off blade. It slides up. You can see there, it's got barely enough to protrude. That way we don't cut all the way through. So now that we have our side panels for the bunk headliner all cut out, we're going to go ahead and cut the fabric, and we'll get to wrapping them. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and wipe everything down with wax and grease remover. Quick tip to using this stuff. Most people like to take their rag, put it like this, and tip it upside down. You really shouldn't be doing that with wax and grease remover, lacquer thinner, anything like that. Best bet, to pour it out onto the rag, saves the whole gallon from getting contaminated. With the fabric now cut, we got our panels separated. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our scissors, come in and trim the edges. This right here is the center edge on the factory headliner. Instead of wrapping that, folding it over like that and stapling it, they had it trimmed right up to the edge. That's how I'm going to go ahead and do it. And the reason for that is when you put the centerpiece in, it overlaps. So when we wrap the edge on that centerpiece, it'll give you a nice finished look and you won't see the bare edge there. Now we can start working on the corner. What we want to do, we're going to take this flap here, pull that down, bring that over. It makes a nice clean corner like that. You can kind of feel around. That's nice and tight there. We'll take our staple, put it right in there. I'm going to come over here, do the same exact thing. Take that like that. Just gonna hold that. Start stapling. Now that we got our first side panel done for the bunk headliner, we're going to come back to the second one and just repeat all the steps. Our edges stapled, we're now good to assemble the corner. So first things first, we'll bring that over like that where it overlaps. Just kind of push it so you can feel the edges meet and start stapling. Do the same over on this side. Feel where our edges meet. Hold that. Throw a staple in there. Bring that over like that. I went ahead and got our centerpiece for the bunk headliner all finished up. That was super easy. It's just a pretty straight panel, scored and wrapped up. Nothing too major like the cab or the bunk with the corners. So let me show you how it turned out.